Good morning. So before I begin, I want to show you what the desert temple looked like. So what I'm thinking, because I do have, I've gone through several desert temples before. I did the advent calendar and I looted as many as I could. So what I'm thinking is I probably looted this one and probably later on, or I didn't realize that the creeper was following me, blew that up. I'm okay. Granted, I've been in this world for a couple of years, so maybe I did blow. Maybe I dripped and I blew up. So let me show you what I did in creative mode to try to fix this part. So let's get started. So this is the desert temple in question. So as you can see, I tried to replace the blocks that were missing. Oh, okay. I think this is okay. Let's see. Any other parts? Okay. Okay, so again, I think I looted this area and probably later on Creeper might have blown it up. So I tried to fix this area as best I can. So let's go back to the back to my new base. Before I go to my new base, I just wanted to let you know this one wasn't damaged. So I'm assuming this probably I've never been anywhere near this one. So that's how this one should look. As you can see, I already looted this one. Before I go over the list of famous people, let me give you an overview of research. Now, research, each time somebody publishes results of research, we have to take it with a grain of salt because maybe the sample size was too small, or maybe we just used people who are what is known as outliers. They're not typical of the people that we're researching, so we have to replicate research and see if we get the same result. If you get the same result, okay, let's do another research, replicate it again, keep doing that until we're absolutely certain that yes, these are the characteristics of this population. Because I see, once in a while, news say, oh, research said this and this, and then a few weeks later, they have opposite results. So yeah, we have to be very careful. And again, I don't even know. I mean, this is my personal opinion. I don't know why news is reporting stuff that medical research has found, because it's not set in stone unless you replicate it and you get the same results. So. So 1920s, there were only 4 articles. 1930s, 11 articles. 1940s, all of a sudden we have a sudden increase, 234 articles. So it'll be interesting to see what happened in 1940s. Now granted, this is after the war, so maybe we gain, all of a sudden more researchers are interested in this subject. Yeah, we would need to, do like use sociology to figure out why there was a sudden uptick. Of course, granted, over the decades, there are more people and there are more medical doctors, there are more scientists, there are more people doing research. So, but yeah, that's interesting to just jump from 11 articles to 234. Granted, in the 1920s, 1930s, that was the Great Depression, so maybe even if there were a lot of researchers, there wasn't, because research is not free. It costs a lot of money, even back then. And especially wartime, you really have to consolidate all your resources into the war effort. But yeah, before 1920s, I don't see any research done about this. Or if they did research, maybe they didn't realize that they were looking at endometriosis. So yeah, that's the other thing too. So anyway, 1950s, 696 articles. So also 1950, obviously, we got the baby boom generation. All of a sudden, people have money. All of a sudden, women can't afford to go back home. Because 1940s, even women were out in the workforce. So 1950s, we had 696 articles. In the 1960s, we had 1,078 articles. So all of a sudden, we see a lot of people are have the resources and the interest to study endometriosis. So 1970s, 1,317 articles. So that's it's kind of slowing down there for some reason, but it's still, we finally went over the 1,000 threshold. It's 1970s, 1,317 articles. 1980s, 2,597 articles. 1990s, 4,302 articles. 2000, 6,864 articles. And 2010, actually, I probably, 12,516 articles. 2020 to the present, over 14,000 articles. So yeah, there's definitely interest here. We need to do more. And I definitely see a lot of people are really focusing on this topic. What do we need to do? Is it really true that surgery is the only way to diagnose this, or is this another way? And then take a look at prescription medicine. Does it work? Does it not work? If it does work, see, are there any side effects? Would this increase a person's risk of getting a different medical condition? And let's take a look at the alternatives because there are articles about acupuncture. There's some people that work, some people it doesn't work, so they need to figure out how would we know, before a patient walks into an acupuncture clinic that this is going to work for them. And finally, famous people. This is not a comprehensive list, and I know some of you are like, oh, you forgot this person, you forgot that person. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if I forgot somebody. And also, there's some people I deliberately did not include. It's not because I am dismissing them. It's because, with social media, people can say whatever they want, and then some people do say things about, the past like 6 years, what their opinion is, and that's not my purpose here. All women are suffering, and with the fact that surgery is the only way to diagnose the disease, we suffer for years, even decades before we're finally diagnosed. So yeah, I hope we could sometime be at the point where we put politics aside and focus on the fact that the main point for the whole series is that women are being told monthly pain is normal, and for some women it's not normal. There's something seriously wrong, and there's a lot of barriers to healthcare even today. Even if you have private health insurance, that doesn't mean that they're going to pay for your endometriosis surgery, because endometriosis, insurance companies has the right to deny care, or not necessarily deny care, but at least I'm not paying for this because this is a pre-existing condition. So yeah, my first surgery I was lucky. Private health insurance, because my first surgery I was not diagnosed, and nobody knew that I had this. So first surgery, my private health insurance did cover half of the cost. I paid the other half. The second surgery, though, the insurance company flat out said, I'm not paying for this. This is a pre-existing condition, so I had to pay the full cost, including, the hospital was a separate bill. The doctor who administered anesthesia, their bill is separate. The hospital lab was separate, even though it's part of the hospital. And the surgeon, of course, has their own bill, because he has to pay not only his time but also his staff. People who are manning the front desk, nurse practitioners who are calling me, reminding me about my appointments. And then for 2 years after the surgery, his staff called me, how you doing? Do you need anything? So yeah, all this is included, and all of that, the insurance company refused to pay, so I had to pay everything out of pocket. So again, this is a partial list. I may have skipped some people because of their, what they have wrote on social media is controversial, and I don't want this to be about that. So Tara Lipinski last year, she was in Italy, the current Olympics. So she's a 1998 Olympic champion. She went through several miscarriages. Several of her friends told her, I think you have endometriosis, as she got surgery. And she and her husband hired a surrogate to have their baby. So Daisy Ridley, she's a British actress from the Star Wars series, so you probably are familiar with Daisy Ridley. Julianne Hough, she's an Emmy Award-winning actress, singer, dancer, entrepreneur, activist. Bindi Irwin, her father was the famous crocodile hunter, Australian conservationist and zookeeper. She and her husband had a baby, and she was still in so much pain she couldn't take care of her baby. And one of her friends was the one who said, I think you have endometriosis. And since her mom is from the United States, she went to the United States for surgery. Emma Bunton, British singer, member of the Spice Girls. Yes, I know I'm dating myself. Like, oh, I remember the Spice Girls. So yeah, Emma Bunton, 2012, I think. They had the Olympics in London. She sang there. So Shirley Camp, British backup singer of Wham. Yeah, I think later on she went out to creating her own singing group with her friend Pepsi, nicknamed Pepsi. The other one, yeah, some of you may be familiar with Cyndi Lauper. She's also an ally. Her sister's lesbian. That's another plus there. So the American singer-songwriter. I think I should also put philanthropist and or an ally at least. Cyndi Lauper. Yeah. So yeah, I grew up with Wham, Cyndi Lauper. And then we got Dolly Parton. She's an American singer, songwriter, actress, businesswoman, philanthropist. She also has this. She really wanted kids, but for some reason it never happened. Halsey. Some of you may be familiar with Halsey, American singer, songwriter, actress. Amy Anel, American singer, songwriter. Anita, Brazilian singer, songwriter. Mae Whitman, American actress. Olivia Culpo, she's an American model, actress, media personality. Savannah Chrisley, she won the 2016 Miss Tennessee Teen USA title. She's a founder of a cosmetic company, co-host of the television show The View. Monica, American R&B singer. Bethany Frankel, American entrepreneur, television personality, philanthropist, and author. Jessica Williams, she's an American actress. Mandy Moore, singer, songwriter, actress. Molly Oren, American television personality. Jamie King, American actress and model. Susan Sarandon, American actress. I think most of us are familiar with her. She's done a lot of films over the decades. Tia Mowry, American actress. Whoopi Goldberg, actor, comedian, author, television personality. Padma Lakshmi, American television host, model, author, entrepreneur, and activist. Gabrielle Union Wade, American actress, model, and author. Emma Roberts, American singer, actor, producer. She's the niece of Julie Roberts, so Julie Roberts is her aunt. And Alexa Chung, British model and television personality. So I tried to mix American and British. I know this is probably not a comprehensive list, but I picked the ones that I hope they're not controversial. Didn't say anything uncontroversial, but yeah, there's a lot of people out there, even people. Oh, I did not know this person has this disease. Yeah, yeah. So this is something I do every year, raise awareness. So yeah, don't go out of your way if you don't have any money. Don't donate. But instead, you can raise awareness that doesn't cost any money. And October, I will revisit this series because October is when I had, ironically or unironically, I know I'm using the word wrong. I had both surgeries in October. So questions, comments, constructive criticisms, asking for clarification. Let me know, and I shall see you next time. Take care. See ya.